I'm notorious for just always working. Like, I'm kind of a workaholic. This day I had a showing in Munster, Indiana. We're here in Munster, Indiana, and you typically get a lot more land out here, and you'll see usually your yards are a lot bigger in Indiana compared to Illinois or Chicago specifically. But this house needs a lot of work. A lot of work. So I am just coming out of showings. I showed 2 properties out here in Munster, Indiana. So I'm licensed in Indiana and Illinois, and I work at the northwest part of Indiana. It's not too far away from where I live in Chicago, so I come out here all the time to do showings, and I work northwest Indiana, which is Whiting, Hammond, Munster, Crown Point, Dyer, Cherville, and there is a huge demand to live out here. I've even seen a lot of people migrate from Chicago to Indiana, and they work in downtown Chicago, and they'll live out here in Indiana. It's like a 45-minute drive into the city, and Indiana tends to be less expensive, and the prices are a lot cheaper than what you would find in Chicago. You also just get a lot more space. So you'll see in the showings that I did today that the yards out here are huge. Like, you get so much land compared to Chicago. The taxes out here in Indiana are so much cheaper. The houses are even bigger, and so you've seen that prices in the area have skyrocketed significantly. So, like, you know, these homes that we just saw today, they're listed in the like mid to upper 200s, but they were bought, you know, just a few years ago for like the lower 200, upper 100 range. So prices here have definitely risen significantly over the past couple of years, and it's just because more and more people are wanting to move to Indiana and work in Chicago. And so today we went to see 2 homes in Munster, and you know, the prices are pretty high, especially for the amount of work that is still needed. Like, the last 2 homes that we saw, or the last home that we saw, needed a lot of work. This home needed new floors, it needed a new kitchen, it didn't have recessed lighting. You would have to plug in lamps to get lighting into place. And the kitchen was a little small. I mean, it definitely needed some TLC, and the price wasn't horrible, but I think my client is looking for something a little bit more turnkey. And I find that a lot with my first-time home buyers, is that they don't want to go into a house and do a lot of work. They don't want to rehab. They just want to go in and move in and not have to worry about replacing an entire kitchen. And so, you know, my client wants something a little bit more turnkey. So this is, I think, maybe my 2nd or 3rd showing with her in the past couple of months. And her time frame to find something, it isn't too strict. Like, she has flexibility, and I think for her it's more about finding the right home, rather than like rushing into purchasing something that later on she's gonna regret. I think she's probably gonna continue looking, and hopefully there's more that comes on the market. But this area is in high demand. The number of days on market in Munster, Indiana is like 5 days. These homes go by so quickly. They don't last on the market, even if they need work, because you also have people who pick up the properties and they rehab them. So you see that a lot in the area. The schools in this area are like #1. They're like top-notch #1 schools. So that's another reason why a lot of people specifically want to move to Munster, is because the schools in this area are so good. I'm gonna go home. I'm super hungry and I'm super thirsty. I don't have anything here to drink. Oh, I was gonna take some water with me, but I totally forgot. This is an old water bottle, but I'm so thirsty. Not bad. I do have clients, my clients from Bermuda, that messaged me that they want me to set up a showing tomorrow check out a rehab project. So they basically have a contractor here in Chicago, so he'll be coming with me to do the walkthrough to see if it's something that has potential for them. They want something that needs either, like, they're open to a full gut rehab or a cosmetic rehab. So tomorrow we're gonna go in one of the neighborhoods in the south side of Chicago called South Shore, and check out the property to see if it's something that they're interested in. So my client's contractor ended up meeting me up at the property, so we ended up walking the building. And in a lot of cases with these rehabs, the lights won't turn on, so they usually have the lights turned off, the water turned off. This property needed a lot of work. We ended up going into the basement and we found a really big hole and a lot of structural damage. And if it wasn't for all of the structural damage, my client would have made an offer on the building, but they ended up passing on the building because of everything that they found in the basement. So I ended up losing the audio on this clip, but here I was speaking with my clients. That day we had seen a condo that was newly constructed that they wanted to make an offer on, and they ended up lowballing this building. It had multiple offers, and they went in $15,000 below asking price when they had multiple offers. So we actually ended up losing this deal. I definitely advised them otherwise and even showed them comparables, but you live and you learn, and hopefully next time they can make a stronger offer. So today is Friday, and I usually spend a majority of my Fridays doing admin work. I really try not to schedule any showings on Fridays. I'm really trying my best to schedule time to have fun and enjoy myself. You know, I have a daughter, I have a 4-year-old daughter, and so, you know, I want to make sure that I have time to spend with her, and that when I am with her, that I'm present with her. You know, when I first started real estate, I was so busy, and I remember like going out with her and being on my phone, and I still do that sometimes, but I really try not to. So, you know, today I spent the day doing laundry. So I woke up this morning, took my daughter to school, and then I did laundry. So today's my laundry day as well, where I do things around the house, so I'm not just like focused on work, and I'm able to just get organized. And I spend the day also reviewing any client follow-ups. I try to look at my schedule in advance for the following week to make sure that everything is scheduled, and if there's anything that I missed, that I'm able to do it during the weekend. This weekend I have a few showings tomorrow, and then I have a family event tomorrow night. And then Sundays, I try to just relax. So yeah, that's kind of what I have going on for today and for the weekend. Bye guys!